Today we're gonna learn to work with the terminal and we're gonna do some Python. So open your terminal. This is gonna work for all the Mac OS and Unix people. It's gonna be a little bit different on the Windows, but it should be pretty similar and pretty much the same for Python. So the terminal is basically what is behind your user interface. So you have a few commands to navigate around, for example, ls to show the directories of where you're in. So I'm in my home directory, which I can see because of this little tilde. And these are all the folders that are in my home directory. So for example, if I go onto my desktop, I change directory, CD for change directory, and I type desktop, enter, and now I'm in my desktop. And to see what is around, I just type ls, and it'll list all the files on my desktop, which is pretty cleaned up. I'm not going to go further with the terminal. There's a lot more to learn, but the objective of this video is to learn Python, to have a little crash course in Python and learn the basics of it. So let's jump right in. To open Python, it's enough to type Python into your terminal. This opens Python 2.7 for most people, which, as it says, is not recommended because it's starting to be a bit old. Many of you can just type in Python 3 to start the new Python, but we're already in Python, so we have to quit Python, and that's our first command. Quit, and quit is a function, so we add parentheses. Quit. Okay. Python to open Python, quit parentheses to quit Python. Now, I'm going to switch over to Python 3. You can stay in Python 2. It's pretty much the same, at least for what we're doing here. So here we are, Python 3, a bit more recent. And let's jump right in. Let's learn a new function. We already know quit as a function. We're not going to do that again. Now we're going to learn a new function which is called print. And print has parentheses too. And we just printed nothing. Now let's print something. Print quotes something. Okay. What about print something? No good. Error. No good because of all this. Something is not defined. We'll get to that later. So we want to print stuff, words, we add quotes. What about numbers? Print 3 or 2, that works. Print 2, that works too. Okay, now next, let's use Python as a calculator. 1 plus 1. Okay, 5 divided by 2. So far, so good. What about squares? So you see that this is the same as that. We don't care about spaces. Python is very forgiving with all that stuff. All right, next step, variables. So if you've heard anything about programming, maybe you've heard the word variables. Variables are like little placeholders that can contain values. Let's create a new variable called potatoes, and we give it a value of 5. Okay, now if I type potatoes, it'll tell me 5 because potatoes now equals 5. Let's make another one. Bananas equals 3. So bananas, potatoes. Okay, now how about potatoes times bananas? Ooh,